Hey everybody, it's Evan with the Grainiac, and while you're watching me set up my grinder here, talk to you a little bit about what we're doing today. We're going to be making some summer sausage. I save all my trimmings when I make beef jerky for these kind of projects, and I also bought a pork shoulder. Pork shoulder was about $1.30 a pound. My trimmings, I think, were about $4 a pound. So divvy that up, be about $3 a pound for some summer sausage. Um, Shrinking weight isn't as much as beef jerky. I bet I get about 75% what I started with. This pork shoulder was frozen. I really had to hack it up. Good reason to have a sharp knife. Put the tip of the knife in, kind of peel it down. It cuts pretty easy. Grinding frozen meat is actually better than grinding, room temperature. The fat congeals to the sides of the blender if it's too warm or if it's room temperature. The colder the meat, the less sticking in the grinder and the better product you're going to have. And there's just some bacon I'm cutting up. I'm going to send that through the grinder. I'm making some 50-50 hamburgers for dinner tonight. So here's the beef jerky trim. I'm going to be running that through the grinder. Make sure everything's cut up so it can fit through your grinder. I don't even have a pusher in my grinder. I know, safety first, right? Because when it's frozen, you drop it in the hopper and it sucks right in. So it's pretty easy to do. Mine is a half horsepower. No, it's a 1 horse carnivore I got from Cabela's. So summer sausage, you'll see the ingredients, pretty much the salt, sugar, garlic that I make with all my sausages and beef jerky, and then this also uses mustard powder. So here we are grinding away, grind. Did it 8 times speed so you don't have to suffer through it, but probably took me 10 minutes to get through all this. And then that meat is frozen, it's cold, so when I have to mix it up with my hands, it is freezing. But make sure you mix it really good because you do have cure in it. I use cure, the citric acid, not nitric acid, the pink stuff, number 2. So mix it all up, make sure I have a good mix, fat meat ratio, weighing it out so I know what I started with and how many seasonings I'm putting in. That lugger is 3.25 pounds. So just say I got 16 pounds of meat there. There's all the seasonings going in. Put in a mixture of water. And if it's not mixing up very good, I can always add a little bit more water. That's not going to hurt anything. But after you mix it all up, it does sit in the casing while it cooks. It could cure through while you're doing that and just have it hang out in the casing for a few hours. Or you could have it just mix it up, leave it in there for a few hours before you stuff it. But I stuffed it first and then I just left it in there for the overnight so the cure could penetrate everything. Summer sausage casings, technically you're supposed to soak them in water for 20 minutes before you make summer sausage. I took my casings right out of the box and used them. They soak up the water from the meat. Give it a little bit and then you can kind of twist them off, tie them up, but it's up to you. The right way to do it is to soak them. Just notice that you won't see me soaking mine. So I put meat in the hopper, push down, get rid of air bubbles, which isn't that big of a deal when it comes to summer sausage casings. If you're doing bratwurst or coarse ground old fashioned wieners, then you don't want blowouts. It's a little bit more important than to not have air pockets in your meat. But just because I'm so used to doing it, I still push it down, get rid of those air pockets. Get it loaded up. Doesn't matter what size horn that you have on the front of your stuffer. The bigger the better in this case because you're just stuffing the summer sausage casings. Each one about £1.5, shrunk down to about a pound and a quarter. Like I said, I did not soak mine, so they're a little bit more rigid. Once I start filling them up, they do round out pretty good though, and then it doesn't take long for it to soak in the moisture. Um, when you're cooking it, you want to have it at room temperature before you put it on the smoker. Um, then you want to bring it up in heat. I'm talking like 90 degrees if you can go that low Fahrenheit, then up to 150, then 175, then 200. Final destination would be 250. And then once the meat gets up to 150, you can pull it off at that time. The reason why you want to step it up is you don't want to melt your fat right away. You're not going to have that good summer sausage look when you cut one of your logs. Another thing you want to do after you're done cooking, I'm only talking about this now because when we get to that portion, it's going to go by fast. So I'll give you something to think about before I get it onto the smoker. And you can see on my stuffer about halfway up how cold that meat is. It's frozen, so it gets some frost on there. So here's the the stuffed summer. I hang them on skewers and then hang them from the top rack. I'm using the believe those were mesquite wood chips. I just put in my hopper, and that's lump charcoal. This is a Masterbuilt 1050 gravity fed smoker. Been using this for about a year and a half now. I like it a lot. It's nice that you can use it as a grill and a smoker. There are aftermarket things you can do. So here I am stepping up the heat bit by bit. There's not a lot of drippage. It's getting a nice even smoke on there. There is a hot spot closer to the chute. I'm prepping my water. You want to get water really cold. You want to give these things an ice bath as soon as they come off. Helps the fat coagulate, solidify wherever it's at. So again, it looks like summer sausage when you cut it. Then it doesn't. All the fat doesn't run out. So we're going to take them off. We're going to put them in the ice bath, and that's to keep it from wrinkling too much. See right now how it's not very wrinkled? If you let it air dry, that thing would be really bad. It'd wrinkle up, and then the skin would pull away from the meat, which isn't what you want until you cut it. So here I'm taking them, throw them in the ice bath, swirl them around a little bit, and you want them sitting there for 15-20 minutes. And you'll see when I come back to it, my ice is pretty well melted because these things are hot when they go in. I almost burned my hand because they're going in at 100, and I think mine got up to 180, but they turned out good. You're really supposed to pull them off at 150. Splash, splash, taking a bath. Again, I give it about 10 minutes, I think. Then I pull them out. But hey, they had a real good smoky flavor. Here we go. I'll be cutting one open in a bit. If you want to see any other sausages being made, give me some ideas. I was going to make some jalapeno cheddar brat soon. Maybe some more snack sticks. It's been a while since I made snack sticks. Could try to do a chicken one. And here we are cutting it up. This is how it looks. You can see the fat speckled in there. That's what you want. It didn't all melt out. And Doggo approved. He's always hanging out with me while I'm cooking meat. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it. Of course, you gotta comment, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Keep me doing this. Gonna be making some beer here soon too. Didn't forget about you. I still got a beer kit to make. Take that little piece of the casing off, and it pulls right off around. I think it turned out really well. I haven't made summer sausage in a few years, so for getting back in the saddle, I think it turned out pretty darn good. Any specific questions about recipes or tactics or what to do, just again leave me a comment and I can answer you. Thanks for watching. Appreciate y'all. Have a good night.